Bruce Lee once said, I fear not the man who practices 1,000 punches, but practices one punch 1,000 times. This quote to me emphasizes the importance of consistency and striving to complete your goals. Welcome to the Greggy P Podcast. My name is Greg, and today I want to talk about consistency. This channel is about me making YouTube videos and kind of growing my podcast and personal brand. I very much consider myself a beginner, so these videos are mostly going to be about going from a consumer of media to a creator of media. And today I feel like I should talk about consistency because it's a little bit of what I know. It's a part of how I've become the person I am today. A lot of my goals that I've achieved and success I've had in my life have come from consistency, and I want to talk about how I'm going to translate those into making a YouTube channel and a personal brand. Some of the things I've been consistent about in my life have been weight loss, weightlifting, and training for a marathon most recently. Parts of success and how that consistency translates into success, I've broken down into 3 steps. I want to start with the first step. The first step is defining your goal. For weight loss and for weightlifting, I didn't really define my goal. I kind of haphazardly just went into it. For the marathon training, my goal and my plan to achieve that goal got a lot more specific. I feel like the best way to define your goal is to have a SMART goal. A SMART goal is an acronym, the S being specific. So for my marathon training, the specific goal was to be able to run 26.2 miles. The M was measurable. Would I be able to run that 26.2 miles in a specific amount of time on a certain day? Attainable. Would I be able to achieve that goal realistically? Would I be able to show up from the date of signing up to that marathon day, which was about 6 months, and be able to complete the marathon? Time bound. Was there a certain amount of time that I gave myself to actually achieve this goal, to say on this specific day, did I achieve my goal? Did I do what I set out to do? So for the YouTube channel, am I going to have a YouTube channel that is monetized? Was that measure? How does that measure? To have a monetized YouTube channel, you need 1,000 subscribers or about 4,000 watch hours on your long form videos. Is that attainable? We'll see. I feel like it is. That's part of the consistency. I have to make enough videos that people will watch 4,000 hours worth, and I have to make content that 1,000 people feel like they want to see what's next. Is it relevant? I personally view myself as a business person, kind of. I view myself as someone that has enough entertainment and knowledge to be worth sharing for people to want to watch. And is this time bound? I'm giving myself to about the end of the year. I want to build and work towards, which is about 6 months from now, to that monetization level. It's about the same amount of time I gave myself from being able to run 5 miles to a marathon. So we'll see if being able to train for a marathon is harder for me than creating a monetized YouTube channel. So I'm going to skip step 2, and I'm going to jump to step 3 of success. Did you achieve your goal? Did you show up to the finish line? Did you meet your deadline? Did you say you achieved what you wanted to achieve? For the weight loss, for me, my weight loss journey began when I was in high school. I had to lose weight in order to be on a camping trip that was about 12 days long with 10 miles of hiking each day. So I needed to be able to be in a go from about 250 pounds to 210 in order to be in that threshold of it would be safe for me to actually do that camping trip. For my weightlifting goal, I didn't have a deadline. I just wanted to keep getting stronger and keep lifting more. For the marathon, I had another strict deadline of would I be able to run 26.2 miles on a specific day, which I did, by the way. So, in order to get to your goal, you have to do step 2, which I believe is the hardest part, and that is showing up every day. That is where the consistency comes into play. So, for my weight loss journey, what did consistency look like? Was I following my diet? Was I following my ultimate goal or my program where I basically had to consume less calories than I expended every day in order to lose weight? For my weightlifting goal, for getting stronger, was I showing up to the gym to lift weights? Was I eating enough of the right food in order to gain muscle mass? Was I avoiding the things that would make it harder for me to show up to the gym? Was I taking care of my body every day in order to keep achieving my goals? For my marathon training, was I following my program to keep running more and more to get my conditioning better? And it sounds simple when you just say you just keep adding on, you just keep doing more, a little bit more each day. But there are a lot of hard parts that make consistency hard. For me, for weightlifting, for my weight loss, what made it hard was there's days where, you know, I wanted to eat like I used to. I wanted to be able to eat as much pizza as I want to. I wanted to be able to go out and eat and order what I wanted to order. I wanted to not work out, because it was not fun for me when I first started working out. For weightlifting, you know, there's aches and pains. There's times where you just don't have time to work out, and follow your program. For running, it just gets so draining to run every day. Like, I'm not a natural runner, so telling myself, okay, I've ran 7 miles, but today I have to run 10 miles, and I felt like it just got to be such a daunting task. And when running 10 miles, is going to be hard, you look and see that running 26.2 miles isn't going to be any much easier. So sometimes your mentality is going to get in the way. Sometimes you're going to hit a plateau. For weight loss, it becomes really easy to lose weight at first. It kind of sheds off of you if you've ever tried to lose weight. And then you find that, you're following the same diet or eating the same amount becomes not the amount that you need to eat when you need to lose weight. You actually have to start eating less because your body weighs less, so you're not expending as much energy in order to lose that weight. For weightlifting, you have to lift more and more weight, and your body still hurts. And muscle, if you've ever tried to weightlift, you know that gaining muscle starts off pretty easy. You get your form down, you get the routine down, but lifting more and more weight becomes harder and harder. For running, your conditioning gets better, and you can start running more and more, but eventually you start hitting different problems or different kind of difficulties in running. You start finding hydration becomes a bigger problem the more you run, or just overheating becomes a more bigger problem the more you run. And these hard days will turn into setbacks. For weight loss, having a hard day at following your diet, can turn into stepping on the scale and just not seeing, the results you want. And it can even start going the other way when you have one bad meal or you weigh yourself at the wrong time of day. For running, you can get sick and be unable to run. And there was times where I was unable to run because I was traveling and I wasn't able to, get on the path. I wasn't able to leave my hotel and go for a run or be able to wash my clothes and not stink so bad. So, uh, for the channel, I've had setbacks where I just don't know what I want to talk about. I don't know what my personal brand is going to be. I get self conscious. I don't feel like recording. I don't know where to record. And I don't know how to set myself up for success. And, these setbacks will turn into wanting to quit. I remember training for my marathon was the biggest one where I wanted to quit because there would be I would be in the middle of training and it's just week after week of running multiple times each week and I just didn't want to lace up my shoes. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to push myself. I wanted to stay inside. I wanted to take it easy. I wanted to play video games or watch TV and I didn't want to be tired for work. I didn't want to hurt. I didn't want to just suffer. But, in order to achieve a real goal, you have to be able to do things that you weren't able to do before. You have to be able to push yourself. And for a lot of people, having a goal where many people don't do it or won't do it, you have to be able to do what people won't do or will never try to do. So you have to be extraordinary in order to not be ordinary. And it's not easy. Nothing worth doing is usually easy. For setbacks in weightlifting, I've hurt my back while squatting. And, when you get hurt, it's not just, you can't do that one exercise. You can't do every exercise because you have to rest and recover. For weight loss, I know that I hit setbacks and just cheating on my diet and just not wanting to work out because it was like the first time I got into fitness and it just really put me out of my comfort zone. And then for the channel, I've had another YouTube channel where I was just trying something else and I don't know why, but I thought I would get so many more views than I did, more than the single digit. And, it can feel really defeating. But, it's learning to go through that defeat and in order to feel better. Not in order to feel better, but in order to learn and to grow and to do better the next time. So that's why step 2 can be really the hard part. You're just not seeing the results that you want. You're not at your goal yet, but you have to keep putting in the work. So you just really have to make sure that all your actions align with your goal, even when you're not at your goal. You have to be able to find a reason to remember why you started in the first place. You have to be able to find that motivation within, or maybe without, in order to keep going every day and being consistent. That's the only real way to achieve your goal. And a lot of the times it requires sacrifice. I know, like I said, when I was training for my marathon and I had to run every day, I just had to give up being able to rest. I was still working, more than 40 hours a week, and adding that running just was almost a part-time job. And I know that starting this YouTube channel and trying to create a podcast with a following is going to be another part-time job for me. And I'm still working. I know it's not going to be easy, and I know there's going to be other things that I want to do. But, if it's something that I really want, it's something that I have to keep working towards. And unfortunately that means giving up time with, like, friends and family, time where I could relax, time doing other hobbies, and, That's just something you have to accept when you want to achieve a goal that other people won't. And, you just have to really be set on your goal in order to do that. So here it is to step 2. This is me putting in the work. Not really super. I know it's not like any other YouTube channel that I'm watching. I know that it's not going to be the most polished and perfect YouTube video, but it is a YouTube video. It is something that I feel like actually represents me. It's not going to be edited probably at all, if at all, super well. But you know what? I showed up. I recorded myself. I wrote down, what I thought was important. I hope that's important to you. So if you enjoyed this video, if you felt like it was kind of motivation for your step 2, let me know. Click subscribe. I really look forward to creating not only my personal brand, but hopefully a community of other people that are starting something or, are building something. And hopefully we can share ideas. Hopefully we can grow together because that's what the point of consistency is. You're not giving up. You're trying something. You're getting out of your comfort zone. And you just want to do better at something. So leave a comment, subscribe. This has been Greg of the Greggy P Podcast. Let me know what you want to hear about, what you think I can talk about. If you find you want to know more about weight loss, weightlifting, marathon, recording, anything else I may have talked about, let me know. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you have a good day. All right. Thank you.